Hey you guys, PJD here. This video is going to be primarily about the lips. There were a couple of swatches that I just wanted to give you, so let's get started. I hope you're all doing well too. This is Lolita by Kat Von D. I think I mentioned it in a previous post on how I like this so much, but I never actually I don't believe I put it on the lips and allowed it to dry for you guys to see what the color looks like. I think I just swatched it on my hand. I may have even edited that out of the video, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is Lolita. Now I'm going to put it on the lips and then give it a sec to dry. I like this. Let me zoom in. And the reason I show myself putting it on screen is because I want you to see how much I'm using. Okay, so I haven't even moved to the other side of the wand yet. As you can see, let me just use the back now. Alright, so just one dip in the wand and let me move out as this dries. Now this looks pretty pasty on me right now, but once it dries, I think this is a really pretty mauve-y kind of brownish tone. Now there was some kind of conversation going on online because people who purchased the original Kat Von D Lolita shade were really happy with it, and they said it was like a dusty rose mauve-y something. Then people purchased Lolita as well, but apparently something happened in the lab and there was this other version of Lolita that came out more brown. I don't know which version I have. I just know that the one that I have I like. I sometimes pair it with the Chestnut MAC lip liner, but it's drying. You can see it's kind of drying on my hand. Not fully dry yet though. And this is what's looking like on my lips. This actually comes out to be a really nice tone. I do like this one. It's priced at around the $20 range, 20, 21, or 22, something like that. I'll put the official price here somewhere in the corner at the top. So this is Lolita, and let me just tell you this. I went into a Sephora yesterday in the city, and they had all the, you know, Kat Von D liquid, everlasting liquid lipsticks listed there, as well as the new ones, but they had 2 slots for Lolita, and Lolita was separated from the rest of the pack, and it said Lolita and Lolita. It didn't say like Lolita 1, Lolita 2, but it had it there, 2 slots for it, and Lolita was packed in behind it. So again, maybe that's to say she's going to move forward with both versions of it. I don't know, but anyway, let's see if it's almost dry on my hand. Not entirely. I can see a couple of little wet spots like that one. This is what Lolita looks like. Let me zoom in. Somewhat close to the natural lip color. I do like this liquid lipstick, though I know some people have said this is like the longest lasting lipstick they've ever had. I wouldn't say that, because I have one that I think is better in terms of stamina and the staying power. But when I drink water, this one, the inner section goes away, which is the case for most. I mean, hello, if that's not happening, then check the lead content on your lipstick, because hello, water should to some degree remove some of the makeup. But anyhow, so it removes that. So when I'm drinking a bottle of water, not using a straw, it does remove lipstick. Of course, when you're eating oily things, I think for all liquid lipsticks, I don't have one that this is not the case for. If you're eating something hot and oily, it may, you know, remove the makeup as well. So I just generally take off the lipstick before I eat, because I know it's going to at least be just there partially, and I don't want it to look crazy when I'm done eating. So I just remove it entirely in most cases. However, this one, it will last really long on the lips, but I have noticed you can start to see a little bit of it just wearing away on its own throughout the day, and that's even if you're not doing anything. But it stays really long. You can get through the workday if you're not eating with it still being on your lips and not drinking, but it may look a little on the crusty side, like you want to take it off and reapply it or something. Anyway, completely dry now. Okay, now let's do the peel away test. Like, I'm going to press my lips together and let's see how it unrolls on its own. Okay, so you saw a little bit of tackiness. Not much. I wouldn't consider what just happened to be much, but I still like this one. Stays on long. It's nice. Okay, so this is Lolita. See how that dried and has a slightly different look than before? And look at it right here on my lips. Yeah, I like this. So this is Lolita by Kat Von D. I spent way too much time on just that first one. I will be removing the lipstick off camera, but I'll just show you this first one. Of course, I'm using, again, my Sephora. It's called the Ultimate Oil and Gel Lipstick Remover. It works really well. No scrubbing of the lips or anything. You just take a little like you're applying lip balm. And voila, it's off. I mean, this stuff is really, really good. Oh, this is a nice way to show you the color too. It's like a darker, dusty rose, but like with a hint of brown. I can see where people are picking up the brown, if indeed I have that version that some people didn't like. But anyway, yeah, so that's the lipstick remover I'm using. It's actually on sale right now in the sale section on the Sephora website, so you may want to pick that up for $5. It's regularly priced at $10. Now, moving into something that I cannot stand, will never buy again, and I'll probably give this to someone who I know who doesn't mind using something that I used already. It's a matte LA Girls lipstick. This particular one, I love the shade. The color of Backstage is really pretty, but I don't like how it applies. To me, it's very patchy, but look at the color. Okay, see, it's even patchy going on my hand. All right, so there's the color. Yeah, I don't even like how that applied on my hand, but let me put this on my lips. I'll zoom in so you can see the color. And this has good staying power though. I can at least give it that. Sorry for the application. You know my application process is never a perfect one when I'm swatching, but really messy. But so that's the color. Backstage, I think is pretty. I'll give it some time off camera to dry. It doesn't really take long to dry. But yeah, okay, let me just say this as it's drying. I found this one to be super, super patchy. Only a person who either will put this on and maybe pair it with a lipstick, then you may be fine because you can't really see the patches if you're putting a lipstick on over it, or going to try and do some blending, something. I don't know. I don't like this. It's a drying formula. I can feel it drying on my lips right now. Don't like it, but it stays on. But this was cheap. It was something like $5 and change, maybe less. And see how it's drying? It dries in a really matte way. It dries to a matte finish, as it should. You can see it still has some drying left to do right here. But I don't even like, wait, let me kind of, sorry. As it's drying, and it hasn't finished, I know, but doesn't look as patchy here, and maybe that's because I didn't put on too much. Maybe I put on too much the other time, so maybe more testing is needed before I give this away. Maybe I did too much. I just wasn't a fan, but the color is pretty, so that's why I purchased Backstage. Let me try and smooth this out. Yeah, I don't like it, and it has this type of applicator. The Kat Von D is like your classic doe foot applicator. This one is like a flat one. Alright, so there we go. Let's do the peel away test. But this tells me that it still has more drying to do, because usually this one, the peel away test works a little better. Like it peels away a little faster than that, so it may still have some drying time, but well, let me see. Maybe it doesn't, because look. Okay, so sometimes you may see people do that like kiss test on YouTube, and it looks like, oh, it's so quick, like their lips didn't really touch. Okay, so just to show it's real. Nothing, right? So that's, this bad boy is dry. I don't remember it being this tacky, but again, I have not used this one extensively because I was not a fan of the patchiness, so I really didn't turn to that one often at all. Uh-oh, I have to charge this camera. One sec. So I had to go get the charger for my camera. So this is totally dry now. See how it looks darker right here? That patchy thing, I thought it was still wet. No, it just didn't dry. Like, it looks patchy. It looks weird to me, but the color is beautiful. The shade is lovely, and I went in thin with this. I didn't use much, as you can see. I didn't dip it back in the container. Passes the kiss test, right? Nothing on my hand. It's staying, but it I don't remember it being that tacky before, but maybe that was another reason I didn't like it when I initially tried it. I feel like I tried it 2 times prior to today and was just done with it. So this was LA Girl. I committed it to my memory that do not buy LA Girl mattes. So even though some of the other colors are really nice too, I'm so happy I started with one because I'm not a fan of the feeling. And as it sits on my lips right now, and now that it's fully dry, it doesn't feel too drying. It doesn't. It just felt like I could feel it drying before, but it doesn't feel like it's too dry on my lips right now as I sit here. And maybe again because I have a thinner layer on today, but because of the patchiness, I found myself in the previous and prior times when I've used it, maybe because of the patchiness, I've applied more. And maybe that's why it kind of exacerbated the feeling of it being dry and even looking patchy, because me putting on more didn't really fix the patchy problem that I had. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not a fan of the LA Girl one, but it's $5. The colors are cute, so you may want to try that. On to the next. The next, the next matte lipsticks that I purchased came from Milani, and I believe these are limited edition. I don't even see the stand up anymore, so I'm so glad that I like snagged some before I couldn't find them anymore. I guess I'll save my favorite color for last. This one right here is Crush. It's like a brown. It's pretty. I find that some of the colors apply a little better than maybe some of the other shades, but for the most part, these Milani mattes apply really well. That's like a brown shade. Sorry, I like swatched it on top of the other one, but you can see it right here. That last strip is kind of brown. That's it. See how you could barely see? Well, yeah, you can see it. I was going to say that's the Kat Von D one. This bad thick swatch right there is the Backstage color from LA Girls, and this last one that's still wet is the Milani. All right, so this one is called Crush. Another flat applicator. Let me zoom in. And as you can see, it goes on really wet. But look at that. It doesn't look patchy here, right? And then let me do the top. And I'm going to let this dry. This was priced at, I feel like I paid $7 for this, 6 or 7, somewhere around there. But again, I haven't found the stands anymore, so I think they're all done with these. But really, really nice product. The reason I said this one applied beautifully, I only got 3 of them. And another one applies beautifully. It's only one that's the darkest one that I have is a little, it looks like it wanted to do a little bit of patchiness, but boom, you just put a little bit right there and it clears on whatever feels like it has less product, and it just clears it up. Doesn't look patchy. It dries flawlessly. So I do like this, and I would buy it again if they were to come out with, you know, different shades or anything like that in the future. It's starting to dry right now. I'll use this hand as the kiss test. It's not fully dry yet, I can tell. But yeah, so this is the color Crush that I purchased. This kind of brown. See what it's drying to right now? It goes from a wet application, as you just saw, to like a dry. Sorry. I'm back. It's dry. Look at this. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see the lip test. It's doing it too. I didn't recall that. But anyway. Yeah. You can see like a little glossiness, but like color is still on my lips. It hasn't come off. Yeah, and this is Flirt. I like it. Nice color. By Milani. Alright, so I'll take this off and put on the next one. Next from Milani, This one is Flirt. And it's a dark, well, let me swatch it here first. And again, a flat doe foot applicator. That is the case for all of these Milani ones. Look at that pretty color. Let me zoom in. This is the one where I said it could sometimes give you a slight look of like, oh, maybe that's going to be patchy. This is the deepest color that I have. But that patchy appearance can be rectified rather easily. Oops. Just got that above and below. But anyway, I'll let this dry. Oh, I should win an award for like the sloppiest swatches on YouTube. But yeah, I'll fix this and I'll be back when it's dry. But yeah, pretty color, look. Let's see if we can see what I'm talking about when I mean. We'll see how it looks darker in some areas and less pigmented in others. And it's just, see, I don't want to put on more now. I'm just going to rock it out the way I put it on, let it dry, and you'll see the color. But again, I said it could be easily rectified. Just put a little more on and balance it out. But yeah, so there we go. Completely dry. Here is the color that I just applied from Milani. Sorry, this one is Flirt. Let's do the peel test. Nothing. Nothing. That brown one, I think it wasn't fully dry. Sorry. But anyway, this is the color on my hand. And it's not that it looks patchy. Let me just zoom in. I think it just looks darker on my top lip, and that could just be with my natural coloring. But again, I said it could be easily fixed if you do find that's a little patchy, because this Milani matte works really, really well. So yeah, so that's it. Really nice deep color. This is the last one that I got from the Milani collection, and this one is named Flirt. No, this one is named Embrace. It's my favorite one from this Milani collection. I'm going to take off Embrace and put on Flirt, which is here. It's like a nice little berry color. Oh, kiss test, right? Not a thing. Not a thing. Maybe some glossiness to it, but not. Nothing to note. I should also mention that this one lasts longer than, which one? This one does come off too when I'm drinking water, like the inner section, but for the most part, you need remover to take these off, or a good strong hand. That's if you don't want to like hurt your lips or have much irritation. You can just use a remover and it'll take it off rather easily. All right, on to the next. Now this is Embrace by Milani. Let me just zoom in. No, first I'll do the little swatch for you. Oh, I did it already. It's this one. Now on my lips. My favorite one from Milani. I think I said that already. Oops. Okay, we already know this is a sloppy swatch. Let me move out. Give it a sec to dry and I'll be right back. So this one here is Embrace by Milani. Like this color. Okay, and on to the next. Next we're moving on to the ColourPop from their Ultra Matte Lipstick collection. Many of you know it was hard getting it initially when it first came out, but once it came out, like I guess their next batch, I was able to get, place an order and actually receive. Only 4 were really of interest to me. They came out with about 25 colors. I was actually interested in another color too, which I've since ordered. It hasn't arrived yet. But yeah, so anyway, what I have to show you today, just 4 from ColourPop. And they then released, I think, like 8 additional colors, and I purchased 2 of them, and those 2 have not arrived yet either. But from their original Ultra Matte collection, the part that's not limited edition, we're starting off with Tulle, and this is the packaging, and you get 3.2 grams of product. I'm going to swatch Tulle for you, and it has the typical doe foot applicator. Boom, boom, boom. Probably should have swatched that by the Kat Von D one. It's not too dissimilar from that one. Here we go, Tulle. Look at that. Ooh. Here's Tulle. I'm just going to allow it to dry. As it's drying here on my hand, it's like a darker version of Lolita to me. I love these ColourPop Ultra Mattes. Even when I drink water from a bottle, it does not wear on the inside of my lips. This one, as you know, paraben free, vegan product as well. Really well made, $6. I have not found an Ultra Matte that I like more than this one. My close second would be Milani, and then the Kat Von D one. And I'm not even talking about the LA Girls. Yeah, I guess we can put that on the list because the color was nice and it does have staying power, but just don't like the feeling of it and the tackiness, the patchiness that I got in application from it. But the ColourPop one is at the top of my list, and it's not just because it's $6. It's because of how it actually wears. And here it is. Look, dry already. It dries quickly is another thing I should note. No patchiness. Let me just zoom in. I can see it has a little more drying at the top to do. Kiss test. Oh, let me move out and do that. All right. Here we go. Tulle. I like it, and I have paired Tulle with lip liners like Chestnut and stuff like that. I really like it. So I'm going to take this off and put on the next ColourPop. Next from ColourPop we have Limbo, which is a brown. Initially I was not going to order this one because I've said countless times on the blog that I'm not so much into the brown lipstick thing anymore. I did it a lot when I first started wearing lipstick, and I'm just not here for it anymore. But I purchased this one and I'm so happy that I did. Really nice rich brown, and when it dries to its matte finish you'll see what it looks like. Let me just zoom in and put this on. I know they say you shouldn't do the, I'm only putting it back in the tube right now because I swatched it on my hand and that took off a lot of product. So I'm just trying to give it a fair shake. But it is not patchy. Look, the bottom one is like dry already, but let me just put some more over it. I really like this brown, and when it dries, which should be any second now, look at that. Oh, I just like how it looks. This is a really good brown Limbo. And the same is true with all the ColourPop ones. I could do the kiss test with all of them. Like, nothing comes off. It wears really well. Lots of wear time on it. Lots. That's not descriptive enough. But I could get through, I wouldn't say like the entire day, like a 24-hour day. No, because you have to eat and things. And when you eat, especially again, oily foods or anything like that, that's almost like this oil and gel remover, or gel to oil and gel lipstick remover. It's going to, you know, so if you're eating something with oil in your food, it's going to remove some of the product. It just will. But anyway, this is Limbo when it's dry. Look at that. Look at that matte. Let me zoom in. That's just shininess right there. In case you're wondering. Look. So nice. I like it so much. And again, for me not really being into browns anymore, I love this brown. I see myself turning to it, you know, quite often. I find myself turning to it quite often. Oh, I like it. Next up is Avenue, which is like a reddy kind of brick red, burgundy kind of color. There we go, right there. More on the brick red side, I suppose. But it doesn't show up like a red, actually. So you'll see. Let me zoom in and get this bad boy on before it dries. So this is it. You'll see it dry in just a sec. But this is Avenue. Avenue, as you can see on my hand, not fully dry yet, but look at Limbo. Just has one little piece at the very edge, still trying to dry, but really nice. Here's some of the other colors I've tried already. As you can see here, right, so Tulle is like a darker version of the Kat Von D Lolita one, I think. So yeah, here it is. Avenue, all dry. Zoom in. Avenue. So I like it. I like Avenue a lot. Boom. Next one. Oh, same deal. Nothing. Wait. That's not that color though. That must have been from something else. But anyway, I'll do it on the side. Oh, that's on the inner rim. Must be on the inner rim. Avenue. The last lipstick that I got from ColourPop shown in this video is Lax, L-A-X. And this is the deepest shade. Boom. And now let me just put it on. I'll zoom in. LAX. I'll just let it dry. LAX. Yeah, I really like this one. I just want to show you too that I got a lippy stick from ColourPop. This is from their Sheer collection. This one, sorry, is Tiger. And I'll just put it right here. The whole point is that it's a sheer. So there we go. It can either wear alone. I'll just do one layer on the bottom, one on top, just so you can see. Now I'll go over it again. Let me zoom in, sorry. Feels really moisturizing and nice, but again, it's just a sheer, so it's just to give you a little sheer wash of color. I'm just putting more now just so you can see if you wanted to build it up a bit. It's still a sheer, but you know, you can build it up a little bit. So this is Tiger, and I think this was the darkest sheer that they came out with. I'm not sure, but yeah, right here. Now we're now we're moving on to the hairy region of my arm, so we're almost done. Let me just take off this sheer, and then we'll move to one last brand for the mattes. Long video. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I got this vegan ultra matte lip product, not from ColourPop. This one is from, I purchased it at Ricky's, but it's by Colored Raine. Let me just show you their packaging, their box. Very similar to ColourPop in terms of the packaging and other matte lipsticks too. Regular doe foot applicator. This color is Soul, but with Colored Raine you're getting 4 grams instead of 3.2 as with ColourPop. The other thing I should say is this one is more expensive. You get it, I paid with the tax and everything included 18 bucks I think if you get it online, and there are some discount codes floating around. Then you can spend 16 bucks is what it regularly costs, but if you get a coupon code then you know a little less, or save shipping and handling or something like that. So anyway, this one is Soul. I have been eyeing this one for a while since I saw it come out. Look at that, like a gray brownie shade. I had it on in the last video. If you didn't watch that, It does have really good staying power as well. Do you guys know who owns ColourPop? ColourPop. Colored Raine. I'm gonna let this dry so you can see what it looks like. I actually really like this one. I've worn this one with and without liner since I purchased it yesterday. Today is Saturday, so I wore it without liner yesterday, with liner today, and the liner I wore it with was chestnut. Actually, it wasn't chestnut. It was just a dark brown one from NYX, but it looks very much like chestnut. That's why I never repurchased chestnut, because I still have some of my chestnut, but I never repurchased it because I have that NYX one, and they're very, very similar. So that's the one I roll with because it's cheaper. Okay, so this is Soul as it's drying. Now, I didn't hear anyone else speak of this, but to me, as I feel it drying, it feels a little pepperminty. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm just saying that I feel a little peppermint something, but it's not like it lasts on your lips. That feeling is just like during the drying time. It doesn't take too long to dry. I like the color, and even when it is dry, I remember having just the slightest tackiness on the lips, but for the most part, it's something you really wouldn't even notice. I do like it. Look at that shade. It looks, maybe if I move back, maybe it's the lighting. Like that. It just looks like hot cocoa on the lips. But then when I come more in the light, it looks a little more ashy. It doesn't look ashy like this in person, but let's see how it looks on my arm. It looks a little ashy there too in the lighting, but it's actually not. I really do like this shade. Yeah. All right, so those are the mattes, and I just wanted to show two more things. Let me actually swatch them, and then once this finishes drying. Oh, I did buy Stone too. I purchased this from MAC before. This is a matte too. I'll put it next to. All right, so here is Stone next to Colored Raine. All right, so this is Stone from MAC. This is Soul from Colored Raine. All right, see, these two look pretty similar, don't they? Yeah, they do. But I like actually the Colored Raine one more than Stone. So there we go with that. And then the other two that I wanted to swatch and show you, because to me these are pretty similar. When I purchased Diva from MAC, which is also a matte, let me do it on this side of my arm so you can see. This is Diva. Oh, fail. I'll do it on the hairy part. This is Diva. Okay, here's Diva. That was one swipe of Diva. And this is by Maybelline Divine Wine. It's their matte as well. Swatched it right next to it. How similar are these? Now, I'm not saying they're identical. Okay, this is Divine Wine. This is Diva. I'll put them on my lips too so you can see, but pretty close to me. Okay, so what was this? $6 to $7 versus, what is a MAC lipstick? 14 or 16 or whatever it costs, but I would roll with Divine Wine. Now, I'm not going to say that for the price point, I would roll with Divine Wine. I'm not going to say that Diva isn't pretty or that, you know, I don't like how it dries on the lips and everything, because it's not like a super drying matte. I like it. I'm just saying for the price, the colors are so similar that I would go with Divine Wine since I already owned it. I didn't realize they were going to be that close, because when you look at them in the packaging, well, I guess they do look pretty similar, but you know, you see more richness in in Diva. It looks a little darker, but when you swatch them, actually come out to be pretty similar, as you just saw. So I will just swatch them on the lips after I take off Soul by Colored Raine, and you'll see that. All right. I just wanted to put on Stone before moving on to Diva and the other one, just so you can see how it compares to Colored Raine Soul. Yeah, they look pretty similar. Not just on my arm. This one is Colored Raine Soul, and this one is MAC Stone. Yeah, they do actually look really similar, and the price points for those two are pretty close, if not identical. because I can't remember what a MAC lipstick costs. I think it's $16 or $17. It's not $20. So they're both in that upper teen range, like 18 bucks. So yeah, these two look really similar. Didn't realize they were that close. But okay, so now on to Diva versus Divine Wine. First, Divine Wine. Just move in a bit. Divine Wine by Maybelline, and it's a matte. Okay, now I'm going to put on Diva. Now Diva by MAC. Zoom in a little bit. They look really similar to me. There again is a little more richness and deepness to Divine Wine, but the colors are really close. Here are the swatches on my hand. Look. Yeah, so this is Diva, pretty similar. I would say if you're trying to save a dime, go with Divine Wine from Maybelline, as opposed, which is also a matte, as opposed to Diva from MAC. These two look so similar, as well as Colored Raine's Soul and MAC's Stone. Really similar. All right. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to show you, which is a new Sephora. I think it said new next to it. Sephora lipstick. Does it not have a number or something on it? Oh, R26. It's this little color here. Let me just swatch it for your viewing pleasure. Looks kind of metallic-y or shiny. Here we go. I had gotten like a copper one too. Yeah, see it from afar. It reminds me actually of one of the Kat Von D studded lipsticks that I purchased, but this one was much cheaper. It was like 12 bucks or something. So there we go. I will, in fact, in the interest of swatches, I will take off this and swatch it and be right back. This is R26 from Sephora. Just you can, I'll zoom in. Oops. And it feels very moisturizing. I believe it was only 12 bucks. And it gives that slightly metallic feel. Yeah, so R26. Yeah, I like it. I think the other one is in one of my purses or something, so I can swatch that on another occasion. I think this is going to be a long video. So I may start doing swatch videos in the future with just less talking and more just swatching, I guess, if you'd like that. Maybe I'll do that in the interest of time. And also, I got from ColourPop this eyeshadow, Rumor Has It Intoxicate. And it's a matte. And just a nice little brown for the eyes. I will swatch it here. Okay, barely showed up. Okay, let me try again. Right here. Yeah, it's barely showing up. Maybe I'll just show you from here. Okay, because it's pretty close to my skin tone. Let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, no, it's just simply not showing up well. It's here. But you just can't see it so well because the color matches, but it's a pretty nice matte. Oh, maybe I should just put it on my lid. How about that? Because I'm not wearing eyeshadow. Yeah, you see how that like just blends in really? Yeah, I like that. I had worn it one time. You saw it was used a little. Yep, there we go. This one has it. This one has nothing. Yep. Yeah, I like it. It's like a really nice, almost like I have nothing on, but I do kind of look. Yeah, so I like this one. Rumor Has It Intoxicate. So I'll be putting that in rotation. So anyway, thanks for watching. I had one more thing. Sorry. I had gotten Cork lip liner from MAC. I know this is probably an old one for most people, but I got, and you can see I've been wearing it down. I got it because I just have been seeing so many. I'm just trying to swatch it so you can see here, right here along the knuckle. A pretty nice nude brown for me. It doesn't show up as a nude brown. It shows up as like, well, let me take this off and show you. Okay, I'm going to apply Cork as I zoom in. It's like a nice browny color. To me, it kind of reminds me of, at least from what I've seen online, one of the colored Raine colors called, I think it's called Suede. Not Truffle, but I think it's the Suede one. This one looks most like. And I should really sharpen the pencil so that this goes on a little easier. But let me just zoom out so you can see. Oops, out. And there it is on my lips, like a nice little nude for me. And there we go. Here it is right here, which may be hard to see on my skin, but it's right before the liquid lipstick from Kat Von D, which is it's right there, this little brown. Cork. Yeah, so I like Cork. And I didn't get a sale or anything. That was typical MAC prices. I think it was like 17 and change. All right, so thank you so much for watching and hanging out through this lip swatch video. Oh, I also want to show you one more thing. Hello. I also picked up from Sephora this DevaCurl 1 conditioner. This one is called Decadence. It's from their new line, which I think it's the new line is called Decadence. I used just a very little on my bang area last night. That was just for testing purposes, but I'm going to use it for real starting tonight on my hair just to see what it feels like. Last night, just for my trial through my hair. Now, I should also say I was starting with my hair from a place of being really moisturized because I have a new moisturizer on deck that I love and I can't see myself switching from if it continues doing to me what it has been doing to me. We'll talk about that soon. That's just to whet your appetite. Okay, but so with my hair feeling really moisturized, I put this on, conditioned the low bang, washed it out, and my hair felt nice. Now when it dried, it felt like it needed a moisturizer or something on it, but it wasn't dry to like a bone. It felt like relatively soft and puffy and cotton-like, but not silky, right? So it didn't leave it silky soft, it left it fluffy and soft, if that even makes sense to you. But in my mind, that all gels. So anyway, so this was not a bad one, but again, my hair was feeling really moisturized and it just felt like it had tons of slip. My hair still feels really moisturized, so I'll use a shampoo, then I'll use this because I didn't use a shampoo yesterday. I just kind of use this as a co-wash on the bang area. But today I'm going to do like the full deal. It's the end of the week. It's Saturday. I'm going to wash my hair, condition with this, and see how it feels. And all else fails, my new moisturizer will cure all of my hair ails. So we shall see. But I'll test this out and give it a go. I hope you guys are all doing well. Tell me what lipsticks and everything you're purchasing now, what you're interested in. And we're going to roll on with these videos. I will talk to you soon. Bye.